I got my first credit card at my first job back in 2016. For a middle class Indian kid coming from a town who constantly dreams to improve his lifestyle, buy new and interesting gadgets, party on weekends, get a bike, or do whatever which is probably out of his budget. Basically, Aukat. It was a feeling of achievement for me. With online platforms growing and offering a lot of weird ways of making us buy things on installment like credit card EMI, debit card EMI, app account EMI, and lots of other EMIs. The doors of possibilities opened up for me. This story is about how a piece of fiber went on to be an asset to a liability of my life and affected my personal life. The limit of my first credit card was 30,000, where my salary was just 14,000. Now, before I got to know about credit card, I knew a term EMI and what it does. EMI allows you to buy stuff even if you don't have money to buy it. Now, being a middle class guy, there were lots of things which I aspired to buy but couldn't. But I had a plan. Like every other guy has one while getting a card. And the plan was, I've just taken it for safety. I won't buy anything, just in case of emergency. But very little did I know. The first thing I purchased was a camera worth rupees 28,000. 3 installments, 9,500. Happy with the camera, paid off all the installments on time. Wow, what a leisure. What a process. Easy and kick-ass. Let me tell you a fundamental unknown law of credit card. Paying off the EMIs on time is directly proportional to the confidence of using the card and limit more and more. First came the camera, then the cell phone, then some parties, and came along silently the confidence of spending more and hence borrowing more. As they say, the sky falls short. For me, the limit of the credit card started seeming short. Unfortunately, at the same time, I was caught by a credit card salesman at a mall and he offered me a new card with more than existing limit on basis of performance of my existing card. They just suck you in the web by offering a new card without any documents, just the details of existing cards are needed. Still, it was fine. I had changed my job and managed to get 24,000 monthly salary. With the help of my family, I used to manage both the cards, not a single default, and I was paying the bills on time. My new company had a salary account in Kotak Mahindra Bank, and on the day of induction itself, they offered me a new card. You know, it's like drugs or marijuana or cigarette. After a point, you just can't say no to it. You can't resist. I took it. The total credit now summed up to be 1,20,000 and my salary was just 24,000. Now I began to find out ways to somehow get physical money from credit card without going to ATM, using Paytm or other such wallets so that I could use it wherever I want and not just shopping. All the transactions in my daily life began to happen on cards and the circle of bills began. Let me explain you. I used to use up the full limit of card number 1. Then I would get the money from card number 2 from Paytm using extra charge of 2% on total transaction. And the same with card number 3 to pay the bill of card number 2. It continued for few months. The reason I mentioned about middle class earlier is that it's uncertain. Your livelihood depends on your tiny job and your super tiny savings. Any danger to your job would shake you up. You know where I'm going, right? Yes, I lost my job. Now, how to pay off the cards? I did not have any savings. So, a new card. This time with a limit which is equal to limit of all the 3 cards. The total now is 2,40,000. But I was jobless. There was no value flowing in, but I had bills, I had to eat, I had to pay the rent. So the card 1, 2, 3 got paid off, but at a cost of 2% charge and also late fees and interest on the total amount. Also, they got used again to fulfill the needs that I just mentioned. So total debt now was around 2 lakhs, but I got a job now. This time it was 31,000 per month. A little relief. But earlier, a little part of my salary would go into paying EMI and now a little part remained after paying EMI. Life began getting hard now. The best part of all the chaos that was going on was that nothing was hidden from my family. They knew it all. And the reason I mentioned middle class twice in the video is because the lives of middle class are very uncertain. You never know what kind of tragedies are you going to face tomorrow. A similar incident happened with my family, where there was a need of 2 lakhs and it was urgent. Credit card was the only option I had to get money on such a short notice. Yes, 2 more cards and a debt of 1,50,000 more. You could easily notice that something which is a leisure for you at some times becomes the ultimate road of your journey. So the total credit cards now are 6 and the total debts is 3,90,000 rupees. The real tragedy starts here. Urgency made me numb. I did not think once before taking 2 new cards. The paying off all the debts began to get more complicated. I had to track 6 billing dates, 6 due dates, 6 minimum due amounts, and most important, how to get it all settled. It started falling, the morale as well as structure of finance. Due dates were crossed, interest began to pile up. Every single penny that I got as salary was going in paying off debts, and yet it was piling up and up. Now the call started. For those who don't know, the recovery calls are the most frustrating thing in this world. They abuse you like anything. They threaten you. They come at your doorstep and shit on you in front of the whole society. I stopped receiving calls. The highest number of calls I missed in a one day were 136 calls. My phone did not stop ringing the whole day. I had to stop using that number. That point in your life is full of regrets. Why did I take that first credit card? Why am I telling you this story? Today I've recovered almost all the debt with the help of my friends and family, where I have paid off some of the cards and I have settled some of them. It took 2 years of crucial time of the prime period of my life where I was supposed to learn and earn and save for the future. And all of this at a cost of a bad CIBIL score and lots of money wasted in interest. Today when I look back, I barely have any asset that I got from credit. Instead, I owe a lot. Credit card is a very good product, but surrounded by lucrative and addictive deals and offers. I don't say don't get a card or it's a bad option to go for. But at the age at which I was while I got my first credit card, the confidence of any individual is on another level. But the understanding of finance is totally opposite of that. I could tell you about my story, but what action to take after listening to that story is your call. See you in the next video.
Why you come and take my pain away?